Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts, or maybe this is our 3-minute practice podcast. On Saturdays, we take time to pause, not to add more information, but rather to let the Word shape how we actually live. Throughout the week on our 3-Minute Thoughts podcast, we walk through one chapter of the Bible each weekday morning, dissecting what's in the text. This, however, is more of a coach's corner kind of a moment. A chance to notice where Jesus might already be speaking into our lives and how we're actually responding in ways we can do better. All right, so let's step into today's 3-minute practice. This week we unpacked Matthew chapters 13 through 17. These chapters are all about seeing and hearing Jesus clearly. Jesus tells parables about seeds and soil, about hearts that receive the word differently in different contexts. He feeds the 5,000 and still has people asking for more signs. Peter has the chance to confess that Jesus is the Christ and then moments later resists the way Jesus plans to save the world. And then there's the whole transfiguration, and where the Father says, "This is my beloved Son, listen to him." That might be the thread holding these chapters together. Pay attention to Jesus, especially when his way isn't what you expected. So here's our practice for today. Jesus says in Matthew 13, "He who has ears, let him hear." So here's the question we have to wrestle with. What has Jesus been saying that I've been hearing, but not really listening to? We know the difference, right? Hearing versus listening. Hearing is the auditory function where things go into our ears, our minds process them, and boom, they disappear. But listening is when something comes in, sticks around for a while, and shapes how we live out our lives. So what has Jesus been saying that I've been hearing but not listening to? Not something new, rather something familiar. Maybe it's trusting him instead of worrying. Maybe it's serving instead of insisting on being right. Maybe it's letting go of control. Maybe it's taking a step of obedience that feels uncomfortable. So maybe we take one teaching from this week that stood out to you, just one, and ask, what would it look like to take this seriously today? Not necessarily perfectly or forever, but just today. What would it look like to live this thing today? And as you do, pray a simple prayer. Here's a model. Jesus, I don't just want to know about you. I want to hear you. Give me a heart that receives your word and the courage to live it out. Something along those lines would be perfect. Spiritual growth doesn't usually happen in dramatic moments. It generally happens when we pay attention and respond faithfully. So today, don't rush past what Jesus is saying. Listen and take that next step. Be well, friends.